All right, here we are in a strange economy, and I'm not talking about Wall Street, I'm talking about Main Street. Some of you may have noticed, and we're not going to get into politics as much as that's going to disappoint some of you, but there was a government shutdown, there was inflation that supposedly is under control, there are prices that are still high, unemployment is higher than it's been since October of 21. So there are some things happening in the economy and on Main Street. I've talked to business owners that say, yeah, things are tight. People aren't buying right now. We're getting less orders. Our margins are reduced. Things are kind of weird. We're waiting to see what happens in the first quarter. Well, waiting is not a great strategy. So what kinds of things can we do right now? And that's where I bring my prop in. I use this to cut the fat off of meat and chicken from my dog. And you have to be very careful with how you cut the fat, because you don't want to cut the meat. And that's what we need to do in business. We want to cut the fat, not the fuel, okay? What happens in entrepreneurship? Things go south, business not going well. Hey, let's cut marketing. Let's cut salespeople. Let's cut all these other things that we don't think about that affect our business. So if we start cutting things arbitrarily without thinking about the ramifications and the repercussions down the road, that could actually cost us more money. So what kinds of things should we maybe be doubling down on? If we can think about new ways of bringing in revenue, we don't have to worry as much about cutting expenses. But there are a lot of expenses we can cut. So meals and entertainment, unnecessary business trips, and let's say you can cut labor, but you want people doing sales. So maybe you cut the salaries of somebody doing sales, but you increase the amount of commissions. But these are some of the things we have to start thinking about. How do we cut the fat without cutting the fuel in our business as things are starting to slow down in the economy? My hope is that first quarter, second quarter, things will be great. But I'm not gonna wait to see what happens before I start taking action. The idea is, what kinds of expenses can we cut without cutting the fuel that's driving our businesses forward?